Welcome back, Royal fam, to another installment of Royal Comics, where the heroes fly and evil always meets its demise. I'm your host, Cheno Royal, baby. How y'all feeling today, man? We got another banger for you. We're going to be reacting to Comics Explains Professor X Beyond Omega Level. You already know what that means. We're going to be talking about the X-Man, the chief, the head honcho, the boss, the head of the X-Men, Mr. Professor X. I don't personally know a lot about him. I mean, I've watched all the X-Men movies. I haven't looked at a lot of X-Men comics, but I'm definitely here to learn, and I'm ready to learn. And just like y'all, I'm hungry, I'm ready. So let's get on into it.
Pull up on the time, tell me Rumble man, you know I'm always hungry. We in the jungle, only lion, no monkeys. Only us and we are moving the blame of all the other bitches. Bought up on a price, ain't got no, yeah, we hungry. Yeah, baby, yeah, we hungry. Yeah, baby, yeah, we hungry. Yeah, baby, yeah, we hungry. Definition of a...
Alright, before we get on into this video, we obviously got to salute the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rob from Comics Explained. Salute you, sir. Always a pleasure. Always love the videos. Been a fan. Like I said, to everybody, let me know down in the comments of any other characters you'd like to see me react to on his channel or any other channel. Any other characters, anime, superheroes, I don't care what it is. Pornhub characters. Pause. Nah. But, what? Nah. Let's get on into it. Let's see what Mr. Professor X has to offer.
What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and we are continuing our series on Omega level mutants or beyond Omega level mutants. Any of you guys who were old enough to remember when this series first started, we called it like Omega and Beyond Omega level mutants, and then we just shortened the name. So like newcomers are like, that guy's not beyond Omega level, and the old school fans are like, that's not exactly what the series means, even though that's what Rob calls it. You probably should change it back to the old name. Right. The important thing here is we are continuing on with someone that I'm surprised we never made a video on. Right. Charles Xavier, better known as Professor X. So, Charles Xavier was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and first appeared in the X-Men #1 in 1963. Now, Xavier's father was a famous scientist whose contributions to nuclear physics made his family extremely wealthy. And so Charles' father dies while Charles is a young child. And his mother remarries his friend and partner, Kurt Marco. Familiar. Soon after this, Charles' mutant powers manifest and he discovers that he has the ability to read the minds of others. Now, Charles is a naturally gifted student, and his mutant power makes him even more successful academically, but also causes him to lose his hair at a very young age. He goes on to graduate from college at the age of 16, and he later goes on to become a professor at both Oxford and Columbia University. You know, something I've always wondered, British members of the Rob Corps, give me the rundown on Oxford in the comment section. Is it like the English version of like Harvard, or is it just that high above?
Yeah, let me know down in the comments about that. All my British people, let me know. British. I'm sorry.
Of every university everywhere in the world. Like, just let me know. Like, what's the ranking? Like, if you're accepted into Oxford, is that like, wow, like, man, or is it like, cool? I mean, you know, I have a few friends that go there. I mean, is that what it is? Because I've always been kind of curious. But Charles ends up falling in love with a girl named Maura in grad school, and the two become engaged. But then Charles gets drafted into the army and fights in the Korean War, during which time Maura breaks up with him and then marries an abusive ex-boyfriend. Now, in an attempt to get over Maura McTaggart, Charles begins traveling the world, including a stop in Cairo, Egypt, where he meets the Shadow King, a mutant using his powers to perpetrate crime. Now, after the Shadow King nearly kills him, Charles dedicates his life to promoting the harmonious balance.
Also, side note, let me know, speaking of the Shadow King, there is a Shadow King versus the Marquis of Death. Let me know if that's something you guys would like to watch, because that is what I would love to watch. But anyway, let me know. Give me a bunch of likes. Give me at least 20 likes. If you can give me 20 likes, I'll definitely make that video.
Between humans and mutants. Now, the primary way he sought to do this was through Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, which he founded in the mansion he'd grown up in to train a team of mutant superheroes, hoping that if the world saw mutants using their powers for good, they'd be more accepting of mutant kind. The problem is the exact opposite happened, and that's the main reason we've basically been reading 60 years of X-Men comics, where Professor X has usually been leading a team of X-Men, and they're trying in vain to accomplish his dream. Now, while there are are many telepaths within Marvel Comics. This is very important. Charles Xavier is arguably the most powerful. Unlike some mutants who have a variety of different powers, telepathy is the only power that Xavier possesses, but he is so adept at it that he's able to use it in incredible ways. At one point, Xavier was able to read every mind on the planet simultaneously and could feel their emotions as well as reading their thoughts. While that is impressive in and of itself, the range of Xavier's telepathy is not limited merely to Earth. He's been able to contact the X-Men from halfway across the solar system and was even able to reach Colossus and Magneto on the space station Avalon from Earth with another Omega level telepath, Exodus, running psychic interference. Literally, Exodus was trying to stop him and he was still able to do it anyway. To give you guys perspective on this, even Jean Grey, as powerful as she is, doesn't seem to have the same level of telepathy as Charles Xavier unless she's in possession of the Phoenix Force. In more recent years, that's kind of changed, and then she went back to being her weaker self. Emma Frost has always kind of been up there, but still, it's an impressive display. Now, Xavier's able to do some pretty interesting things with his telepathy, such as transferring feelings from one individual to another. For example, when the X-Men were fighting a group of aliens and found themselves outmatched, Xavier searched the world for people exhibiting goodwill and compassion, weeding out those who were full of hatred, prejudice, and cruelty, and then transferred those positive feelings to the X-Men to give them the positive energy they need, which somehow allows them to become more powerful and defeat the aliens. With your
well, I mean, when you think about it, I would think that has to do with confidence. Like, if you're not that confident on something and you just manifest the energy of, just manifest negative energy. Like, if you're over there being like, oh, we can't do this, then you're gonna walk into the situation and not be able to do it, period. You know what I mean? Like, there's never been something in the history of like sports or anything competitive where you just walk into it and you're like, man, I'm not gonna win this, and then you win. Never in the history of competition.
Feelings combined, we are the X-Men. X-Men. We've got feelings. I don't know. It's ignore that. I love to sing. Anybody who's been around this channel long enough knows I love to sing. I love to sing songs. But on a much larger scale, Xavier performed a similar feat when he transferred the emotions of the entire Skrull homeworld into the mind of Galactus. That was an amazing moment in the comics. But Professor Xavier's telepathy is so powerful, Juggernaut's helmet was unable to stop it, despite making him nearly invulnerable to psychic attacks. And Xavier has accomplished a similar feat with Magneto, who also wears a telepathy-resistant helmet. Now, Xavier also overpowered Cyclops when Cyclops was in possession of half of the Phoenix Force, one of the most powerful entities in the Marvel Universe, and on another occasion takes over the mind of both Cyclops and Emma Frost, each of which have half of the Phoenix Force at the time. Now, even though telepathy is his only power, Xavier is able to use it in a variety of ways. He's also able to cause people to forget things, render himself invisible, and cause others to hallucinate, feel pain, or become paralyzed. He can take full control of a person's mind, is one of the few telepaths that can actually communicate with animals, and can cause others to lose their senses of sight, smell, and hearing. In some instances, he's even been able to shut off the mutant.
Okay, so that alone is why he's in the Omega, beyond Omega level. Because if you think about it, if he's going up against any other villain, you can make an argument about how he is the strongest. Because if he's going up against somebody and we're all organic beings and we have to use our mind to be able to channel like how we're feeling, our actions, our intentions, and everything in a split second. If he just gets in your mind and he shuts off your intention of what you're doing, or even just the way that you believe things or how you're processing your beliefs in that moment, then that just means that your whole plan of attack is gone. That means if you wanted to annihilate the world because you had a grudge that was harbored against somebody or something, then he could shut off that grudge, and then you would just look at it like, I don't understand what I'm doing. And then he could just plant another idea. Bro.
Abilities of others. He's also shown an ability to reprogram the minds of others, as he did with Wolverine during their first encounter. Wolverine had actually been sent to assassinate Xavier, which is kind of cool. But upon meeting him, Xavier reprogrammed his mind so that he believed his real purpose in coming to Xavier's school was to join the X-Men. Now, this reprogramming is not permanent, and Wolverine's healing factor caused his mind to revert to its original state faster than it normally would have. Similarly, upon his first meeting with with Jean Grey, Xavier placed mental blocks in her mind so she would not be aware of her mutant powers because he believed she was not yet able to control them. Now, an important distinction here is that when it comes to Jean Grey's powers, really it was just her telepathy that was blocked because it was overwhelming for her. She just simply couldn't control it. Initially, you didn't know that in Marvel Comics, and it wasn't until much later, I think during the Arnold Drake run, that you learned about that. And then you learned about it in the X-Men Origins one-shot that focused on Jean Grey. There was a little bit of diving into that with Bizarre Adventures number 27 back in the day by Chris Claremont, but nonetheless, it's one of those things you didn't really know right off the bat. But regardless, Xavier's telepathy allows him to create psychic bolts that are powerful enough to incapacitate or even kill those he uses them on. He can also project his astral form into the astral plane, and within the astral plane, create objects and control or obliterate other astral forms. Finally, he's able to impart his knowledge to others in a very short amount of time. So things that would take months to learn happen in only hours because Xavier's able to alter the perception of time within those that he's telepathically.
That means every entrepreneur or every boss would be dying to have this power. How many times are you at work like, yo, clean up that stuff in the back? What stuff? The stuff in the back. Bro, I was in the back. There's no stuff. Oh my God. Like, how many times has that happened at work? Or you're the boss and you're just like, bro, how many times did I told you to do that? Ricky, what are you doing? Why are you out here when you should be back? You know what you should be doing. Oh my God. What do you mean? You know how to do it.
Connected to. Now, with all that said, elephant in the room. In the most recent listing of Omega level mutants officially from Marvel by way of Jonathan Hickman's House of X and Powers of X, Professor Xavier is not listed. So up to this point, Marvel's not officially given Professor X the designation of Omega level, but I contend that with everything we've seen him do throughout the history of Marvel Comics, he should be. First of all, there are mutants like Apocalypse and Nate Gray that are not on the list, but are definitely Omega level mutants. So I don't think that we have to take this list as being comprehensive. Second of all, Xavier's widely regarded as the most accomplished and powerful telepath in existence. And if we look at the feats that he's accomplished with his telepathy, it's not a huge leap to put him in the Omega level category. He's connected the minds of every individual on the planet without the aid of Cerebro, which is good evidence that he could affect the Earth on a planetary scale if he chose to, which would be strong evidence that he is Omega level. He's also affected Galactus telepathically and has restrained individuals in possession of the Phoenix Force, which in and of itself is an omniversal force. So if we look at the actual telepathic feats he's achieved, he seems more deserving of a place on this list than someone like Jean Grey or Quentin Quire. But with that being said, guys, we're gonna bring this to an end. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you leave a comment down below letting me know who else you want to see on our Beyond Omega level series.
Let me know
catch you all later. Peace.
Like I said, that's the man, the myth, the legend right there. Not myth, you know, he's real. You know, just want to let that know. It's just a saying, guys. Don't come at me, guys. Whoa. Don't come at me, guys. But Mr. Rob, Comics Explained, definitely gonna be seeing a lot more of this man. Link is always down in the description. And like he said, man, let me know of any other characters, of any other comic that you would like me to react to, that you would like to learn about. I'm definitely down to learn about any and every other character. As you can see, I hate nerds.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm playing. Because I am one, and I'm proud. But yeah, that's Professor X. Let me know what you guys thought about that. If there's anything left out of there that we should have known about Professor X. If there is, put a link in the description of something that I need to know about Professor X. Maybe there's a lot more that I need to know about him. But until then, stay healthy, stay active, stay royal out there. I love you guys. Happy New Year. Peace.